Joining us now is Larry Hall, Democratic leader of the North Carolina House of Representatives. Representative Hall, thanks very much for joining us this evening. It's nice to have you here.
Thanks for having us, Rachel.
So is this a done deal? I mean, it's my understanding that this is law now because it's the overriding of a veto, but am I right that there's also some procedural concerns as to how this happened today?
Well, yes, Rachel, and certainly it is the law now. We did override the governor's veto, the Republicans did, and it will certainly head to court, and we'll spend a lot of the citizens' money to get a court decision that says what we knew was illegal, what we knew was unconstitutional, but what we did anyway has no legal effect.
On substance, as I understand it, this bill allows magistrates and registers of deeds to recuse themselves from marriages, to deny people marriage licenses, to say, I will not do that for you, based on their own sincerely held religious beliefs. Is there language in the bill that defines that defines the scope of what religious beliefs might be grounds for recusal? Are there things that are out of bounds?
No, Rachel, there's no description of what a religious belief would be, and there's no description of what you have to do to prove it other than to just say it, and you don't have to say it in advance. You can say it as soon as someone presents themselves or whenever you feel it's necessary as an individual.
So from the perspective of a couple in North Carolina turning up to get their license, for them, they have no idea if it's going to turn into a sort of humiliating standoff where somebody tells them, no, my God judges you unworthy of marriage and you can't get your license from me. We're going to start a process by which you can maybe get it from somebody else. Nobody actually knows if that's going to happen to them until they get to the office in their local county or whatever?
That's correct. As a matter of fact, Rachel, they don't know if they'll get the license, and then even if they get the marriage license, they'll go through the same test or decision when it's time for them to get married by a magistrate. So it's a two-step process, and they can be discriminated against at both instances.
Just to be clear now, in terms of how this moves forward, do you think the next stop for this, now that it is law and it's in effect in North Carolina, do you think the next stop for this is the courts, that this will just become a big legal issue for the state?
Almost surely, Rachel, it'll go to court. We've had precedent already established that moving a bill forward and a veto in this manner is unconstitutional. And the last case that we had, the precedent that we have right now says that, and then the content of the bill itself is unconstitutional. So again, this will be about the 14th time that this legislature has passed a law that we know is unconstitutional, that they admit they know is unconstitutional in an unconstitutional manner, and spend the money to just have the courts slap it back down.
Wow. Representative Larry Hall, Democratic leader of the North Carolina House of Representatives. You guys have been through the ringer over the last few years, just been a radical transformation in your state. Thanks for helping us understand this latest chapter. Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.